The night wrapped itself around Ronaldo's mansion like a living shadow. Rain slid down the enormous glass windows while distant thunder rolled across the sky. Inside, the luxurious home stood completely silent, its marble floors reflecting the faint glow of a lonely hallway lamp. After a long and exhausting day, Cristiano Ronaldo finally settled into bed, believing the night would bring him rest. But hidden somewhere within the darkness, something else had already awakened. Without warning, Ronaldo's eyes snapped open. His breathing was calm at first, but something felt wrong. The room was bathed in pale moonlight, and the digital clock beside his bed glowed an unsettling red. The time read exactly 2:17 a.m. He stared into the darkness, unable to explain why his heart had suddenly begun to beat faster. It felt as if someone or something had quietly entered the room. Then he heard it. Tap, tap, tap. A strange sound echoed through the mansion. Ronaldo sat upright and listened carefully. The noise seemed distant, almost harmless. Perhaps it was only the storm outside. Yet when the sound returned, louder than before, a cold feeling spread through his chest. Every corner of the room looked normal, but the silence between those taps felt unnatural. Unable to ignore it any longer, Ronaldo stepped out of bed and moved toward the bedroom door. The hallway beyond stretched into darkness. Barefoot on the cold floor, he slowly walked forward. The air felt unusually cold against his skin. Flickering lights cast long shadows along the walls, making the corridor seem endless. Every step carried a growing sense of dread, but he forced himself to continue. "Who's there?" His voice disappeared into the darkness. No answer came. As Ronaldo turned to leave, a whisper floated through the hallway. "Ronaldo!" His entire body froze. The voice sounded soft, almost human, yet something about it felt deeply wrong. Moments later, it came again. Closer this time. Much closer. Goosebumps spread across his skin as fear tightened around his chest. Someone knew his name, but nobody was there. Then Ronaldo saw it. At the far end of the corridor stood a figure unlike anything he had ever seen. It was unnaturally tall and impossibly thin, motionless, silent. Its face remained hidden beneath a blanket of darkness. Ronaldo felt a chill race through his entire body. The mansion suddenly felt smaller, and the darkness around him felt alive. "Who are you?" Ronaldo shouted. The figure didn't respond. Instead, it took one slow step forward, then another, then another. The creature moved with terrifying calm as it approached. The hallway seemed to stretch farther with every second, twisting reality itself. Lightning flashed through the windows, briefly revealing its elongated limbs and distorted shape. Ronaldo backed away, his heartbeat pounding in his ears as pure terror consumed him. Panic took over. Ronaldo rushed into his bedroom and slammed the door shut. His trembling hands locked it instantly. For a moment, silence returned. Then a voice spoke from behind him. "Why are you afraid?" Ronaldo turned. Standing beside his bed was the creature, its face twisted into an impossible smile, while its eyes appeared as endless black voids. The room seemed to darken around its presence. Every instinct screamed that this thing did not belong in the world of the living. Fear hit him like a physical force. A violent shock surged through his body. His legs weakened, and he collapsed onto the floor. His chest tightened as he struggled to breathe. Tears filled his eyes while the towering creature loomed above him. Ronaldo had faced pressure before. Millions of people, battled the world's greatest defenders, and overcome impossible challenges, but nothing had ever prepared him for this moment. Then his eyes landed on something unexpected. A framed photograph rested on the bedside table. His children, his mother, his family. Warm memories suddenly broke through the darkness. The laughter, the sacrifices, the victories, the embraces after difficult days, all of it rushed back into his mind. Tears rolled down his face. For the first time since the nightmare began, fear was no longer the strongest emotion in the room. Love was. Slowly, Ronaldo rose to his feet. The creature hissed as its smile vanished. This time, Ronaldo did not step backward. He stepped forward. Determination replaced fear. Every step he took seemed to push the darkness away. A faint golden glow surrounded him as memories of the people he loved gave him strength. The shadow creature began to crack apart, dissolving into clouds of black smoke. The room shook violently as light and darkness collided in one final confrontation. And then, silence. Morning sunlight poured through the bedroom window. Ronaldo opened his eyes and found himself lying on the floor. The nightmare was over. At least that's what he wanted to believe. Slowly, he stood and looked toward the mirror. His blood ran cold. Scratched deeply into the glass were 3 chilling words. See you tonight. Ronaldo stared at the message in horror. The bright morning sunlight could not erase it. And for the first time in years, Cristiano Ronaldo was afraid to go back to sleep.